Hello everybody, this is Errol here from the 9-Star Key and welcome to my channel. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Please press like and please leave your comments. We'd love to hear from you and your views. And if anything you would like us to be talking about relating to 5-Star Key or anything in general relating to yourself, and so that you can see how 9-Star Key can be of help and benefit to you in your life. Now this video is about the full moon of 5th of June 2020. Now this full moon is a little bit special because it is a full moon with a eclipse. Now what does a full moon brings? Full moon brings about revelation. It brings an ending to a cycle of things. It also will draw out things, whether it be emotional trauma or anything else that has not been fully resolved to the surface. Now this full moon is still in, technically it's still in May, according to the 9-Star Key, which doesn't change over until the 6th. Now being so, it's a 5 month. Now the 5 month brings about tremendous change. It can bring about a lot of things that are hidden and pinpoint things that are not necessarily right. Now with all that happening, we are now seeing that all the houses being a 5 month are in its own original position. So a 1 water is in the 1 house. 2 earth is in its own house, and etc, etc. Now this full moon is normally at the top, which is at the top of the chart, in the 9 fire house. Now with it being a 5 month, the 9 fire is at the top of the chart in its own house, so this full moon is a lot more intense. Also being a lunar eclipse as well, so it's giving a real potency to what's happening already. So with this full moon, we are seeing and we'll see some social unrest, conflicts, things that have been hidden will be start to be surfacing. There's going to be where there's been scandals that have been trying to be pushed or swept under the carpet. It's going to be revealed even more so now, and so there can be a lot more conflict in some ways, but also it's going to be a time, an opportunity as well, to be dealing with those things that have not been dealt with in the past. So this full moon is revealing and opening and taking in some way you're ripping off the scab off a wound that has not healed properly. Now there's going to be an immense pressure in some ways on the governments, local governments, to be dealing with things that have not been dealt with before, because this intensity of the 5 month, which brings about a lot of scrutiny in how things are done. So if there's been in the previous years anything that has not been dealt with properly, the 5 month will always bring that to the forefront. And now with it being the lunar moon revelation, again you have that immense pressure, intensity of things being revealed, shown for what it is. And so there will be at times conflict. It can be a lot of civil unrest locally, nationally or globally in regard to this, which will then spill over into the coming month. So when we move into the next month, which will be a full wood, again there's just going to be some slight conflict there as well. So there is a pressure for things to be revealed and dealt with this energy that we are dealing with. And it's interesting, it's at the tail end of the 5 of May, as we move into June, which it then slowly changes over. But again, we're still pulling in the energy which has been very intense with this lunar eclipse. So a lot of conflict will be there, but also opportunity to deal with things. Opportunity to start to resolve the issues that have been, some ways, pushed under the carpet, swept under the carpet, and allowed to fester. So the full moon is ripping that scab off that wound, and people are forced to look at things in a direct way, in many ways very uncomfortable way, because this 5 Earth, with it being in the lunar house of 9, sorry, the fire is going to be drawing out anything, pulling up anything from the depths up to the surface, and you're going to see it in its true raw form. Now, I think in some ways the opportunity to bring about some understanding, some wisdom here is going to be a gentle breeze to bring a cleansing, a healing, but again, the opportunity for that is going to be restricted, and there's going to be a push, because there is not a willingness, looking at what I can see here, to have everything exposed for what it is. But this full moon is pulling everything up to the surface. There is a tremendous pull here to see what is really meant to be seen in this time of this lunar eclipse. So it's a very intense time for a lot of people and governments in what to do and how the best way to do it, because there's a natural tendency here to just go for the simplest solution, which may not be the correct one, without a true understanding of why everything is suddenly coming up to the surface now. With everything's happening this month and this year, it's a telling time. So I would, on what I can see, looking at the charts, it's going to be an intense time with this lunar eclipse, and because the lunar eclipse always brings a realization of where you are truly with yourself, and where you are in a community as you are collectively, where you are collectively in that group. So it's going to be a very, in some ways, very intense time, because a lot of things are going to be challenged, laws and viewpoints are going to be, in some ways, challenged and to be redefined of what it really should be and what it can be in the future. So expect lots of challenges, expect a lot of conflict, but the conflict, if handled in the correct way, can bring about opportunity for tremendous growth and opportunity for a lot of people. But the feeling and the emotions are going to be very raw and very real to a lot of people. So with this month, the tail end of the 5 Earth moving into a forward, expect to be some real in-depth look and some conflict and a lot of protesting, a lot of anger, still quite real and raw for a lot of people. So I hope this video has been of some help.
14:15.
And if you'd like any more information, then please contact us and we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care now. Bye bye.